right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Got some information on, just call it rumors, on what Terence Crawford might do next. We back. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, and check out our boxing rumor playlist, boxing news, welterweight, middleweight, and our other boxing playlist as well. But right now, it's believed to be down to two guys. They having a small talk with Golden Boy about fighting Patrick Teixeira, but I'm hearing Bob Arum and Top Rank is really pushing for Terence Crawford to fight Shawn Porter. All right, and I got some additional information about some guys that's in the Top Rank stratosphere that Crawford could end up fighting. All right, so right now Golden Boy is trying to contact Top Rank about making Crawford and Teixeira. I'm not sure would Teixeira and Crawford be on the zone or would it go to ESPN. And if that's the case, that must mean there's a lot of money in it for Crawford to come across the street. Now, Crawford's done interviews on his own. He's been to his own events, and they showing him more love than PBC has. And he's been to PBC events. People forget that. But Teixeira is tough. All right, Teixeira did lose to a fighter that's shorter than Terence Crawford and Curtis Stevens, but Curtis Stevenson packs a punch, and Teixeira has been his highest middleweight. And I believe that's where he got stopped by Curtis Stevens at, was middleweight. But he rangy, he tough. He just had a tough fight with Carlos Adames. I believe he dropped Adames. Adames bloodied him up a little bit. But he is 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? He's 6 foot with 76.5-inch reach. And that's a dangerous fight. And Crawford will be looking to be a 4-time title holder in 4 different weight classes, and you know what? That ain't as easy as it seems. It's not an easy cherry pick like you would be trying to pick on Jaime Munguia. All right, so it seemed like none of the title holders at 54 is gonna be easy. J-Rock, that ain't an easy fight for no welterweight. Jamel, that ain't no easy fight for no welterweight. You got some other guys, non-title holders down there that's really good, and Jared Hurd, Erickson Lubin, Ersan Lara as well. So that's a real dangerous fight. They having small talks about it now, but the original plan was if Adames beat Patrick Teixeira, Crawford was definitely going to probably fight Adames and move up to an additional weight class. Now Crawford wants to come back in April, Bo Mack was saying, but there's nothing imminent, and they working it out right now for Terence Crawford. But like I said before, they have a small talk with them. That's a dangerous fight. You know what I'm saying? Moving up in weight. And what's need to be known is he do move up, can he retain his welterweight title? Now, Floyd, when he had the WBA belt, he retained the WBA belt at 2 weight classes, Super WBA. He defended it on the same night versus Madonna. So I remember he got mad at Leonard Ellerby for that because he had to defend both his belts on the same night. And him and Ellerby almost fell out. They end up obviously hashing it out. But Teixeira is a dangerous fight. And I think if he dispatches Teixeira, I don't think it's no way, shape, form, or how they put Errol Spence in the ring with him. And I don't think they put Errol Spence in the ring with him anyway. But if he was able to go in there and put a boxing clinic on Patrick Teixeira or stop Patrick Teixeira, there's no way they put Errol Spence in there with him. He would definitely be the baddest welterweight on the planet. I'm not sure Errol Spence can go in there and outbox or beat up Patrick Teixeira. That's a big guy. Curtis Stevenson, styles make fights. Curtis Stevenson got more power than both Errol Spence and Crawford. I'm not saying he's more skilled than them, but he a compact, strong dude. So, like I said, that's a fight where I like Crawford as a fighter, but that's a dangerous fight. If I'm his handlers, I don't know if that's one way I go. Now, what was the original plan was before they brought on Josh Taylor, the original plan was for him to fight Jose Ramírez next. So Ramírez didn't want to fight his next mandatory. He got a WBC mandatory early February versus Victor Postal, who is now a PBC affiliate fighter. And then Jose was going to roll into Terence Crawford fight later in 2020. That's probably what's going to be on pay-per-view. So ESPN was going to have 3 pay-per-views this year. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, they producing that one. Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko, which could be, I'm hearing, that could fall on the West Coast, LA, maybe Vegas somewhere, because Lomachenko manager Ingus Klimov don't want them to fight in New York because they might not get fair judges because the guy that Mick Conlan beat, he had a bad scorecard according to Klimov's. So I think they scared to fight Teofimo Lopez in New York because Lopez gonna have a lot of fans being from Brooklyn. But hey, that's a little gem I dropped right there on y'all real quick. But Coppinger talked about that on his little podcast. So that's something that I think a lot of people already know. That made the rounds yesterday. So, and then they were supposed to do probably Crawford and Ramírez. That might have been on pay-per-view. But now, now Ramírez got Josh Taylor. And I'll explain that towards the latter end of the video and how that could affect Terence Crawford in a way that a lot of people are not thinking of. But Shawn Porter's the fight Bob Arum pushing for. He told it to IFL TV. He said, Bud want that fight. We want that fight. They pushing for Shawn Porter to fight Terence Crawford next. That's a safer fight than Patrick Teixeira, obviously for size reasons and moving up reasons. So that's the fight they're really trying to make. Now here, Bud and Shawn Porter don't want to fight each other, but Bob is pushing for it, and they may have to fight each other. Now, a couple weeks ago, I talked about how PBC gave them the green light to fight, to go over there and negotiate with Terence Crawford, because there's really nothing left for Shawn Porter to do on PBC. He fought Keith, he fought Kell, even Kell wasn't on PBC, but he fought Keith, he fought Kell. He fought Errol, he fought Danny. Danny don't want to rematch him, so it ain't really much they can do for him. He can sit around and wait for an Errol Spence rematch, but that ain't going to happen till 2021 or 2022 at the latest. How much longer can that brother make welterweight, being a guy that's stocky and that's moved down a few times to get down to welterweight? So that's the fight they want. Top rank one and made Crawford and Shane Porter. That's what Bob Arum called him. So that's the fight they pushing for. I got the news this morning, and we'll see how it play out, man, because they don't want to fight each other. I heard it's mutual. It's mutual that they don't want to go in with each other. But Kenny Porter, he said his son signed a lifetime contract with him. He is coach, he is manager. He said, Bud, I want that call. Bob Arum say he know where to reach me at. So Bob and Kenny want it. Shawn and Terence got to sit down and discuss fighting each other. But that's going to be a tough fight. Shawn Porter, not an easy fight for nobody. Terence, not an easy fight for nobody. But the local boxing dummy community and their crew, they want that fight. And watch how the narrative change before that fight. It's going to be all Shawn Porter going to beat the hell out of Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, they never fought a person on Shawn Porter level. And if Terence Crawford go out there and he struggle with Shawn Porter, but he barely win or he lose, then watch how the narrative change. He's going to destroy Terence Crawford. Crawford go out there and he is Shawn Porter. Errol Spence softened him up. He fought Errol Spence leftovers. He barely got by. He go out there and dismantle Shawn Porter and stop Shawn Porter. Then, it's going to be a situation where, Shawn Porter got beat by everybody. He was just old overnight. He was coming off a loss. You didn't even get a chance to tune up. He went right into a close fight. But my thing about it is, if people feel that Shawn Porter won and that fight was close, same thing for Keith and Pacquiao. If they feel that those fights were close and they won those fights, it's not like a loss. You had a competitive fight. They could have went either way. So why not roll back into a high stakes fight for a title? Keith Thurman should be back. His hands should be healthy. He should be getting back in shape and trying to roll into this type of fight. If you truly believe you beat Manny Pacquiao, don't treat it like a loss. Go away, gain some weight. People don't see you in the limelight, and then come back and tune up. Then you admitting, in my opinion, that you lost. So at the end of the day, Shawn Porter had a competitive loss that could have went either way. And I think the knockdown was the difference for me, giving it to Errol Spence. Was a huge difference. And, if he go back and fight Terence Crawford, at the end of the day, his welterweight career could be complete, win, lose, or draw. Well, maybe not draw, he probably come back and do it again. But his welterweight career probably be complete. It's a good fight. It's a fight of ranges. Shawn Porter, if he want to get on the inside, he come in with a sweeping overhand right or sweeping left hook, and Crawford got issues defending that punch, that overhand right. So I think that's something Kenny has set up, maybe feint, jab to the stomach, over the top with a right hand, and Crawford get caught with that a lot of times. But if Crawford can control distance, pick Shawn Porter coming in, and do what Kell Brook did, pick him off coming in. It may look like the Felix Diaz fight, but Diaz did hit him with a couple good club and overhand rights. So that is Crawford's Achilles heel. But it'd be a good fight. I think it'll kind of re-salvage 2020 in a year that's supposed to be Crawford, Spence, AJ Deontay Wilder, Benavidez, Plant was supposed to be playing this year. Not sure that's going to happen. Lopez and Tio, You supposed to got all these great fights, Canelo, Charlo, and all these great fights. You know, this would be a great cancellation pliers, but Bob is still talking about Crawford and Spence at the end of 2020. If Errol fought Pacquiao, that's not gonna happen. He ain't gonna fight Crawford till like 2021 or the end of the beginning of 2022. And I don't see that fight happening, especially if Crawford is able to beat Teixeira or Porter convincingly. So that is what it is. But also there is a chance, and I told this to somebody a few weeks ago, and you gotta remember when you hear it, it's a chance that José Ramírez and Josh Taylor, they gonna fight for Undisputed. And it's a chance that Crawford can go down and be a 2-time Undisputed world champion. So they may get Crawford to go back down and fight the winner of Josh Taylor and José Ramírez. All right. So that's something to look out for. That's something that's been discussed. So now that they obtained Josh Taylor, now they're gonna really look to make Shawn, Porter, or make other fights for Terence Crawford. So I heard Bob did an interview with Baby Mama's boy. Somebody called me yesterday and told me that basically Danny Garcia didn't negotiate, and he didn't really want the fight, and Amir Khan negotiated and got what he wanted. So I don't know if they would revisit Danny Garcia, but at the end of the day, you could have Terence Bud Crawford going down in weight at some point and challenging the winner of Ramírez and Taylor, you know, and being 2-time Undisputed champion. So Top Rank got a plan. Bob Arum been in the game a long time. He gonna be crafty. He gonna be crafty as hell. I got some new video coming on Regis Progress as well. So Bud said at that media day for Kavalaskis, or the open workout at wherever gym they was at, he said he could still move down. I was talking to somebody and they was like, I don't like the prospect of somebody that could be 33, 32 moving down the weight. But don't forget, Ramírez got another mandatory in Jack Contrella, unless Bob can pay him to step aside and they can fight next. So Taylor got a mandatory, Ramírez got 2 mandatories. So that fight might happen late 2020. If not, that fight might end up happening next. So Bud, you know, may have more options than people believe to be true. But if he do go down and fight the winner of Ramírez and Taylor, that's probably going to be early 2021 or maybe late 2020 if they get it on next. But like I said before, I have a Regis Progress video coming. Keep looking out for your boy. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Share the video. Let me know what you guys think about the video. Don't forget, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email as well if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Keep sharing the videos. May go live tonight, may not, but I'll be covering the Carissa Shields fights and Jerron in this fight. Appreciate it. Want to make a donation? Information description, Cash App, PayPal. Best way to help me out is share the video. Let me know what you guys think of the video, and I look forward to seeing you guys' comments. One time for the one time. Y'all know what the business is. Goodfellas Sports TV. We gone.